Hey yo, what is up guys, Modded Spotted here, coming back at another video. Today we're going to be talking about things you should know before you buy a modded controller. There's quite a bit of stuff that I'm going to talk about, so make sure you stay all the way to the end of the video just so you don't miss any key points. Alright guys, so we're going to start off with point number one, and that's going to be, what's the reason why you're purchasing the controller? Is it because you want to enhance your game style, your gameplay, or is it because you think there's an advantage in certain things like that? So in my personal experience with the modded controller, it doesn't really give an advantage, especially with a lot of these newer games, just because the way how they're programmed and all that. Drop shotting isn't what it used to be, jump shotting. Rapid fire on the other hand, that's still pretty good. Burst mode's still good. Auto aim, not so well. The other modes, akimbo, depending on the game that you play. Like on Halo, I did some videos on this guys, so if you haven't seen my channel, go ahead and check that out. I did Halo, and Halo used to have akimbos back on Halo 3. My modded controller has an automatic, it's basically rapid fire for akimbos, and pretty much I cannot even use it. This new Halo is not too good in my opinion, but that's my personal opinion. Campaign is pretty nice, I like that, so I'm not trying to hate on the game or anything, but just from my experience from playing Halo 3 and some of the other previous ones, it's not to my expectation, but that will be a whole different video if I was to make something on it. But back to the modded controller, it's not good for that game. And then if you try comparing it versus like Call of Duty, modded controllers are really built for that. Drop shotting still works on there, rapid fire, a lot of the mods, quick scoping and all that. It just depends on the type of game you're playing and things to take that into consideration. Alright guys, so we're going to come into the second point, which is going to be budget. What is your guys' price range and all that, and basic way to pretty much evaluate how much a modded controller should cost you is just look up whatever controller you're planning on purchasing roughly. So if you're going to get a basic Xbox controller, those around go for like 60 bucks. So pretty much you're going to add 40 to 50 bucks in that range just for the mods and all that. So the controller will roughly come around 90 to $110. It kind of varies from place to place where you search and all that. Next we're going to talk about where you can buy a modded controller and things of that instance. So personally, I would just go to Amazon and just look up modded controllers and then look at the reviews and all that. But be careful with that guys, because I have purchased a modded controller from Amazon. And the thing that I didn't care for, which we're going to talk about, is not all modded controllers are pretty much created equal. And it's just because the way how you activate mods and things of that instance, they're different. So my experience with getting a modded controller from Amazon, I could only activate one mod at a time. And to me, I was okay with that. Like just for starting off, it wasn't too bad. And then I ended up buying another modded controller, and I believe it was from ModdedZone. I'm not too for sure guys. I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that, but I believe I did get a controller from them. And the controller that I ended up getting, it was really nice just because you can activate mods together. So keep that in mind. Not all modded controllers are exactly the same. Sometimes you can only use one mod, and then on the other controller you can pair it up with 2-3 mods possibly. So just keep that in mind. You're gonna have to do some research on that one, on what kind of controller. Alright guys, so last thing we're going to cover is user friendliness and all that. And this is with my experience. The modded controller I ended up getting off of Amazon, I had some difficulties activating some of the mods, and that's because you have to count how many times you press the button that activates the mod. And it's really awful guys, in my opinion. I really hope you guys don't get a controller like that. The modded controller I use, the way how you activate mods is you press your button, and let's say for example I wanted to activate jump shot. Pretty much I would press the A button on my controller and jump shot is activated. And if I wanted to do drop shot, I would press my button and then B, which is really simple and easy, pretty effective as well. With my other modded controller that I got off of Amazon, it was just awful just because you have to count it. So let's say I wanted to put into drop shot, I would have to press that button like 7 times and then you have to count it. But anyways guys, that's pretty much going to sum it up for the video. If you're planning on purchasing a modded controller, I hope some of these points are very useful for you. And make sure you guys drop me a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Take care.